We're recording now.
Okay. Robert Service was an adventurer, as well as a poet and a journalist. He spent 8 years in the Yukon during the Klondike Gold Rush. While he was there, he wrote many poems. One of the best remembered is the Cremation of Sam McGee, and it goes something like this. There are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men that moil for gold. And the Arctic trails have their secret tales that make your blood run cold. The northern lights have seen queer sights, but the queerest they ever did see was that time on the marge of Lake LaBarge I cremated Sam McGee. Now, Sam McGee was from Tennessee, where the cotton blooms and blows. And why he left his home in the south to roam around the poles, God only knows. He was always cold. But the land of gold seemed to hold him in a spell, though he'd often say in his homely way he'd sooner live in hell. Well, on Christmas Day, we were mushing our way over the Dawson Trail, and talk of the cold. But through our parka's fold it stabbed like a driven nail, and if our eyes we'd close and our lashes froze, till sometimes we couldn't see. It wasn't much fun, but the only one to whimper was Sam McGee. Well, that very night, as we lay packed tight in our robes beneath the snow, the dogs were fed and the stars overhead were dancing heel to toe. He turns to me and, "Cap," says he, "I'll cash in this trip, I guess. And if I do, I'm asking that you won't refuse my last request." Well, he seemed so low, I couldn't say no. Then he said with a sort of moan, "It's this cursed cold, and it's got right hold. I'm chilled clear through to the bone. Yet it ain't being dead. It's the awful dread of the icy grave that pains. So I want you to swear that foul or fair you'll cremate my last remains." Well, a pal's last need is a thing to heed, and I swore I wouldn't fail. Well, we started on to the streak of dawn. God, he looked ghastly pale. Crouched on the sleigh, and he raved all day about his home in Tennessee. But before nightfall, a corpse was all that was left of Sam McGee. Well, there wasn't a breath in that land of death, and I hurried, horror-driven, with a corpse half hid that I couldn't get rid because of a promise given. It was lashed to the sleigh, and it seemed to say, "You may tax your brawn and your brains, but you promised true, so it's up to you to cremate these last remains." Well, a promise made is a debt unpaid, and the trail has its own stern code. But in the days to come, though my lips were dumb, in my heart how I cursed that load, on those long, long nights by the lone firelight, with the huskies around the ring, howling out their woes to those homeless snows, and God, how I loathed that thing. And every day that quiet clay seemed to heavy and heavier grow. But on I went, though the dogs were spent and the grub was getting low. The trail was bad and I felt half mad, but I swore I wouldn't give in. I'd often sing to that hateful thing, and it just hearkened with a grin. Well, then I came to the marge of Lake LaBarge, and a derelict there lay. It was jammed in the ice, and I could see in a trice it was called the Alice May. Well, I looked at it, and I thought a bit. I looked at my frozen chum, and then, "Here," said I, as a sudden cry, "is my crematorium." Well, some planks I tore from the cabin floor, and I lit the boiler fire. Then some coal I found that was lying around, and I heaped that fuel higher. Well, the flames just soared, and the furnace roared, such a blaze you'd seldom see. Then I burrowed a hole in those glowing coals, and I stuffed in Sam McGee. Well, then I took a hike, because I didn't like to hear him sizzle so. Well, the heavens scowled, and the huskies howled, and the wind began to blow. It was icy cold, but the hot sweat rolled down my cheeks, and I don't know why. And the greasy smoke and the naked cloak went streaking down the sky. I do not know how long in the snow I wrestled with grisly fear. The stars came out and danced about here, again I ventured near. I was sick with dread, but I bravely said, "I'll take a peek inside, 'cause I guess he's cooked." It was time that I looked, so the door I opened wide. And there sat Sam, looking cool and calm in the heart of that furnace roar. He wore a smile you could see a mile. He said, "Please close that door. It's fine in here, but I greatly fear you let in the cold and the storm. And since I left Plumtree down in Tennessee, this is the first time I've been warm." So strange things done in the midnight sun. That's it.